NCATA Division III tournament semifinal matchup between number 1 University of Mary Hardin-Baylor versus number 4 Trine University. My name is Mel Goulding, and I'm joined alongside Sophie Binsell. We're back for day 2. Sophie, what are you most excited for this meet?
I think I'm most excited just to see another closer matchup today with number 1 and number 4. We got a chance to talk to the coaches beforehand, and there's a lot to look forward to, we were told. So just excited to see that all happen.
Absolutely. Some new things happening from UMHB as well. So if you were tuned into yesterday's meet, keep your eyes peeled. There might be some changes today.
Yes.
The NCATA Division III tournament is officially underway for day 2. There are 8 teams here for that single elimination tournament that began yesterday with 4 quarterfinal matchups. The semifinals are today alongside a fifth place consolation meet. The championship meet will be contested on Saturday morning, and individual event finals are scheduled for Saturday evening at 6 p.m. An NCATA meet is a team competition consisting of 6 events. The first event is the compulsory event, followed by 3 heats within the acro event, followed by the pyramid event, and then halftime. After halftime, there will be a toss event, the tumbling event, and the team event. A running score will be kept throughout the meet, and the team with the most cumulative points at the end of all 6 events is the winner of the meet. First up in the compulsory round is Trine University with a start value of 10.0.
Good start for Trine University. Nice controlled pop-ups and tuck-offs. Good strong inversion hold as well. Slight timing coming down from the inversion as well as the tuck-offs. But it's never easy to start to the first ones out and start the competition, so I think they did a job well done.
Absolutely, shaking off some nerves.
Yes.
The compulsory event does consist of 4 heats. It's the acro, pyramid, toss, and tumbling. The skills for the compulsory event represent the basic skills of the sport of acrobatics and tumbling. In this event, each team will execute the same skills for direct comparison. Each heat begins with a starting value of 10.0 or 8.0. The officials will be looking for strong body positions, 3-second holds, stability of the structures, continuity of skills, strong catches, and solid landings. Today for both Trine and UMHB, they both will be starting at 10.0 throughout all of their compulsory events. Up next, UMHB, again with that start value of 10.0.
Great start for the Crusaders as well. Lots to talk about there. Strong toe pitch, strong tuck-offs. Saw the height in both the toe pitch and the tuck-offs needed. Strong inversion hold, and really hitting that switch-up position at the top and freezing and squeezing. It's always fun to see.
Being nitpicky here, number 9, Jenna Hall, on her catch she had slight deviation from her bases in that you saw her hips. They're supposed to be square as she lands or is being caught in that catch, and she was slightly off deviated. So again, just a small minor deduction from that. The UMHB Crusaders are led by head coach Rafaela Scotto, assisted coach Riley Chimwala, Rafaela Scotto was named head coach in June of 2022. Next up, we have Trine University in the compulsory pyramid event with a start value of 10.0.
Strong pyramid for the Cougars. Good entry there as they were getting up to the top. Nice straddle holds from both tops. They were at that parallel position with their legs. Being nitpicky, as the tops were coming down and the bases were catching the tops, I did see a couple steps from that left group.
Up next, we'll have University of Mary Hardin-Baylor in the pyramid compulsory event with a start value of 10.0. Both Sophie and I got to talk to head coaches today prior to the meet just to pick up on what they're focusing on, anything new we should watch out for. And as I got to speak to Rafaela Scotto, she did mention they're really focusing on their energy today. And if you haven't noticed already, lots of chants and cheers from their teammates on the sideline as they go out there and compete.
Good compulsory pyramid from our Crusaders. Overall, timing was pretty good. On the way down from the dismount, that left group did come down just a slight bit sooner, so that would be a deduction for timing. But catches were good, so overall, good event for them.
The UMHB Crusaders are ranked number 1 in the Division III tournament, and they are the only Division III school ranked nationally as number 7.
As we're waiting for Trine University to take the mat, Trine is coached by head coach Michaela Sutherland. She is a recent graduate of Trine University. She was a 4-year member, a member of the inaugural roster, so she did start the growth of the program. So always exciting to see alumni going in and getting into that head coaching position or any coaching position on the staff. And as Mel mentioned, we did get the opportunity to talk and ask kind of what they're most excited about and what they're looking forward to today. Coach Sutherland said just getting out there and doing their best.
Next up, we have Trine University in that compulsory toss event with a start value of 10.0.
Very clean toss round for Trine. She had also mentioned when we were talking that Trine University didn't have the strongest start to their season, and so they're just grateful and excited to have moved on to day 2 today. And I would say compared to yesterday, that toss round improvement there for sure.
Next up, we'll have UMHB in the compulsory toss round with a start value of 10.0.
Very, very nice toss from the Crusaders. Overall, similar performance between the two teams, but Mary Hardin-Baylor got amazing height in their toss, and so the judges are going to note that.
As you saw, our top on the left, I believe number 26, Madison, sophomore, she is wearing what we call a concussion cap, just to be safe as they execute the skills to ensure the safety of our student athletes. First up in the final heat of the compulsory event, Trine University in that tumbling heat with a start value of 10.0.
Good compulsory tumbling from our Cougars. Judges are really looking throughout this entire event for those stuck landings. So we saw a couple hops, a couple steps through each part of that. But body position wise, overall, good tumbling round for them. During that compulsory tumbling round, we saw Mia Giorini. She is a senior for Trine University, and she is someone to look out for throughout this entire competition.
As it being day 2, to compete back-to-back days in a row, Sophie, why don't you speak on that a little bit? I know you were in this situation at one point, so walk us through what is that like, competing multiple days in a row?
Yeah, you definitely have to lean into the adrenaline for sure. As Coach Michaela Sutherland said with Trine, you know, it's just to have the opportunity to come back for day 2, that adrenaline, that gratitude, just staying grounded, leaning on the support from your teammates, your coaches, the crowd. It's always fun.
Well said. University of Mary Hardin-Baylor will close out our compulsory event in the tumbling round with a 10.0 start value as well.
Cute celebration there at the end. Very clean compulsory tumbling round from our Crusaders. I think in that toe touch tuck, everyone stuck it. Did I see him?
It was pretty close.
Very minimal movement, if that. Great job for Mary Hardin-Baylor.
Something that head coach Rafael Escato talked to you about as we spoke to her before the meet, they're prepping for the national tournament next week, so they're really focusing on cleaning everything up and getting back as many tenths as possible. They really want to see how they're going to score going into next week or the week after in front of a 5-panel official versus maybe a 3-panel official. Before we check in on the scores, let's explain what you'll see next, which is the acro event. This begins the optional portion of the meet where teams will compete with previously chosen different possible start values. Heat 1 has 5 elements, Heat 2 has 6 elements and is synchronized, and Heat 3 has 7 elements. Start value is determined by the difficulty and combination of each skill. Each position must be held for 3 seconds. The officials will be looking for the body position of the top, stability from the base, and continuity of the skills.
Our scores for the compulsory event are in. For Trine in the compulsory acro heat, they got an 8.0. Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 9.250. Pyramid event, Trine with a 9.15. Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 9.65. Toss, Trine with a 9.00. Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 9.725. Compulsory tumbling, Trine with a 4.85 and Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 7.925. Bringing our total event for Trine a 31.00 and Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 36.550.
Up first in the acro event, Heat 1, Trine University with a start value of 9.95.
Acro 5 from Trine. Not the ending I'm sure they were hoping for. But as we've kind of mentioned, previous broadcasts yesterday, and we'll say it a lot through today, there's always room to make up whenever there's an error. Sometimes in close matchups, it can come all the way down to team events, so the meet's not really over until it's over.
Next up will be University of Mary Hardin-Baylor in acro heat 1. This is the 5-element heat with a start value of 10.0. Something to note, UMHB will have 3 athletes in their 5-element. Number 19, Sarah Williamson, she's a senior. Number 17, Emily Kittle, sophomore. And number 38, Morgan Webb, a senior. Keep an eye out for number 38. Really impressive base, super strong out on the mat.
Yes.
Riley Chimwala, assistant coach for the Crusaders, joined the crew in June of 2024 after a successful collegiate career at Baylor University 2020 through 2024. She explained acros is one of her favorite things to coach.
Very strong start to the acro round for the Crusaders. As Mel mentioned before the Crusaders took the mat, there was only 3 athletes out there. Acro rounds, you can have up to 4. So when teams do opt to only having 3 athletes, it's very impressive, meaning that, you know, just those 3 are expected to execute and complete all 5 of those elements. And Morgan Webb, number 38, she did a
So impressive.
very nice job during that round.
if you've been watching acrobatics and tumbling for a while, you can see the similarities in the way Riley Chumala bases versus
Yes.
Morgan Webb.
Yes.
So I think Riley's coaching experience really shine right there. You can see the airtime as she transitions her 180 pop around.
Yes.
Really, really impressive.
Yes.
Something the judges are looking for is that release motion.
Yep. Ideally, you want it to get to about eye level or higher, and she executes that perfectly.
Next up will be Trine University. Start value of 9.75. Also choosing to have 3 athletes out there. Number 1, Maggie, number 9, Lauren, and number 16, Liv.
Nice acro 6 from our Cougars. Good pop-up and layout offs, maybe some timing on the way down. Again, with that handstand hold from that left group, there's always room to make up any points that they might have missed, not hitting that skill, but that right group was able to pull it through.
Other side of 3 athletes, number 2, Lauren, number 3, Lily, number 26, Emma, and our counter, number 27, Amy. Something we haven't talked about yet is most heats, the coach can choose to put a counter in there, or the coach can count it themselves. It's really up to the coach's discretion.
Yeah. Counting for any viewers that are maybe new to our sport, that is how we do sync up everything. Synchronization is very important in our sport, and so counting and cues, you'll hear those a lot. Very useful for our athletes just to stay on time and know when to do each skill.
For UMHB, up next in Heat 2 synchronized with a start value of 10.0. We'll see a total of 7 athletes on the floor. Same as Trine, each group of 3 athletes.
Very nice 6 from the Crusaders. As Mel mentioned, the coaching staff really wanted their athletes to bring the energy, and I heard the energy throughout that event.
It's really nice to see both Sophie and I, our head coaches, when groups can sync up their elements like that, right down to the arm movements.
Yes.
It's so satisfying.
Yes, yes.
Next up will be Trine University in Acro Heat 3 with a start value of 10.0. We'll see 4 athletes out on the floor for Trine.
Nicely done from our Cougars. Senior number 8, Mia Giorrini, they did have a fall in that walk-in yesterday, so to see her hit today, I know they're really excited about that one. Mia is in all 12 heats, all of the compulsory round, Acro 6, Acro 7, toss heats 1 and 2, quad and open tumbling, and as well as team event.
To close out the Acro round will be UMHB in their 7-element Acro Heat 3 with a start value of 10.0. They're going to opt to have 3 athletes in 7-element with 1 counter. Someone to keep an eye on in Heat 3 7-element, number 9, Jenna Hall. She's a junior out of Houston, Texas. NCATA All-American. Competes in 12 heats and team event.
Strong ending for the Crusaders Acro event. Watching them yesterday and even today, the word that just comes to my mind, bases ability, and throughout the Acro event, you'll see a lot of their bases just doing one-man skills. No assistance from their other teammates. It's really impressive to see.
In that inversion too, body like a board on
Yes.
that as she transitioned over. Really,
Yes.
really clean.
Yes.
Before we check in on the scores, let's explain what you'll see next, which is the pyramid event. The pyramid event will be our final event before we go into halftime. In the pyramid event, athletes will build 3 layers in a structure. The start value of each heat is determined by the difficulty and the combination of the entry, structure, and dismount. The pyramid event has 3 different heats with different requirements for each heat. Heat 1 must have an inversion, Heat 2 must be synchronized, and Heat 3 is an open heat. Key things the officials will be looking for are a hold by the top for 3 seconds, following the entry, stability of the structure, and a smooth dismount that ends with either a catch or a landing. Both teams maxed out on their scores for the pyramid event. 10.0 in all three heats. So should see some really great showings from both teams today.
Yes. Scores are in. For Trine University in Acro 5, a 6.45. Mary Hardin-Baylor, 9.65. In Acro 6, Trine with a 5.925. Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 9.35. In Acro 7, Trine with a 7.975. And Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 9.675. Total for the event, Trine with a 20.35 and Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 28.675. Our running totals now, Trine with a 51.35 and Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 65.225.
First up in our pyramid event, Trine University inversion pyramid with a start value of 10.0.
They're very happy about that one. Yesterday, if I remember correctly, they were unable to hold that handstand for 3 seconds. So
Correct.
to come in today and hold it for 3, maybe even 4, and finish with that strong catch at the end, job well done for the Cougars.
Yesterday they scored a 8.725 in that event, so hopefully
Yeah,
higher score
higher
today.
score there.
UMHB to take the mat next in the inversion Heat 1 pyramid with the start value of 10.0. All upperclassmen in this heat. Only juniors and seniors.
Great start to the pyramid event for our Crusaders as well. We noted number 38, Morgan Webb, and number 20, Natalie Podznik. They were two bases during the acro round we saw, and just there in the pyramid event, Morgan Webb was in that bridge position, and Natalie was in the mid-leveling position, so they ended up working together to make that heat successful.
Slight instability, I believe, from the mid-level and the top. Minor deduction there, nothing major.
Yeah.
Next up will be Trine University in Pyramid Heat 2 with a start value of 10.0. And this is the synchronized pyramid.
Strong ending for that left group there during our pyramid event. Right group saw a little bit of instability from that mid-level, so it seemed that that top couldn't pull her straddle as much as she would have wanted to.
We talked a little bit about this yesterday. How to safely dismount from a skill.
Yes.
Senior number 8, Mia Guarini, did exactly what she was trained to do. When she feels unstable in pulling that straddle, coming off safely, getting her feet on the ground, and ensuring no injury in that heat. Biggest key takeaway there, mistakes do happen, but our athletes are safe.
Yes.
Next up is UMHB Heat 2 Pyramid event, synchronized pyramid, start value of 10.0.
Strong duo pyramid for the Crusaders. We saw in the compulsory acro event during the straddle holds before the inversion, those beautiful above parallel straddles. We saw them again in the pyramid heat. Lots of control from our mid-levels and our tops, as well as that bird position too. Finish strong with a solid landing.
semifinal heat from Trine University in the open heat with a start value of 10.0.
Good pyramid heat for Trine. Slight instability there for a second from both the mid-level and the top. Slight hesitation from our top before she pulled that pike hold position. But she stayed in the air, so good job well done for her for next playing and carrying into the other heat.
Recovery.
Yes.
Yep. We'll see UMHB take the mat next to close out the pyramid event in Heat 3. Again, that is the open round with a start value of 10.0. Keep in mind all student athletes as they take the mat in the acro and pyramid rounds in the first half have a 45-second time clock. If they do not complete the skill within the 45 seconds, they do get a deduction.
And along with that 45-second time frame for execution, anytime a top hits a body position, she does have to hold for that 3 seconds as well. Very nice pyramid. I saw lots of control. Control leads to stability. And we always talk about that above parallel position. Our scores for the pyramid event. In Heat 1, Trine with a 9.475, Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 9.65. In the duo pyramid, Trine with a 7.075, and Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 9.70. In Heat 3, Trine with an 8.675, and Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 9.80. Bringing our event totals, Trine with a 25.225, and Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 29.15. Our running totals for the meet so far, Trine with a 76.575, and Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 94.375.
So overall for Trine on that Heat 1 pyramid, we were talking about it a little beforehand. In that inversion, yesterday they scored a 8.725. Happy with their hold today as they scored a 9.475. So
Yes.
Really great improvement from them on that pyramid Heat 1 round.
Absolutely.
So it's time to start the second half with the toss event. In this event, you will see 4 athletes toss a teammate into the air. The teammate tossed in the air, known as the top, will execute a flip or a twist before being caught. There are 3 heat in this event: the salto, the synchronized, and the open heat. Officials will be looking for extension by the top, height of the top when executing her skill, the top's body position and tight catches by the bases. First up for the salto heat is Trine University with a start value of 9.40.
Good execution from that full from our top. I would say that left base number 2, she really caught majority of that toss and she did not fall down.
She did not take a step. Number 2, Lauren Hillen. She kind of snuck out there at the end
Yes.
too. Really great job to
Yes.
her. Next up will be UMHB. Toss heat 1, the salto with a start value of 9.40. We will see number 19 again, Sarah Williamson, standout athlete, senior from Richardson, Texas. As I was talking to head coach Rafael Escato before the meet, the athletes have been requesting more film review this year. They wanted to have more of a visual understanding of what they were putting on the mat. And according to head coach, now it's just part of their routine. So last night they were really paying attention, watching their meet back, focusing on what they can do better. Again, UMHB here with a start value of 9.40.
Very clean back layout full toss for our Crusaders. Height was there. Body position from our top was there. Nice strong catch from our bases. In any toss skill from our top, on the way down from the peak of the toss, the judges are really looking for that hollow body position as they're coming down and waiting for their bases to catch them.
Trine up next in the synchronized heat 2 toss with a start value of 9.40.
Very nice duo toss from our Cougars. I remember yesterday that that right group deviated backwards slightly just a little bit yesterday. Maybe some slight deviation today, but a nice strong catch since she was able to stay more center today, so her bases didn't have to move, take any steps. Nicely done.
UMHB up next in their synchronized Heat 2 toss round with a start value of 9.40.
Nice duo toss from our Crusaders. Notice the height difference and the timing difference in that one. Individually, they were both executed very nicely, but in the duo toss heat, the judges are looking for that synchronization, so it will be just a slight deduction for timing.
Slightly piked down from our tops as well as they come through out of that full. We want to see more of a laid out body position.
Yes.
So again, minor deduction there as well. Trine University will close out their Heat 3 toss, the open toss, with their highest start value of this event with a 9.60.
You might have noticed at the ending of that toss, our top did land on her stomach. So she didn't quite finish her twist completely, but no steps from the bases, and her body position during the twist, I saw some straight legs, feet were together, laid out. Just didn't quite make it all the way around there at the end.
From Trine University, number 8, Mia Guarini. We saw her do that toss in warm-ups, and she was executing it well.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're probably slightly disappointed with that.
Yes.
However, again, number 8, Mia, she is in many rounds of play, and as a senior, as you get older, especially in this sport, you want to make it through all 4 years, so it does get slightly difficult
Yes.
as you progress throughout your 4 years. So props to her for continuing to compete for her team and for her coach.
Absolutely.
UMHB will be up next in toss heat 3, the open heat. Again, also their highest start value of the toss event with a 9.90.
Very nice toss for the Crusaders. Saw amazing height from our top there. That's a result of explosion from both the bases in the top. Maybe slightly piked down in that double full on the way down, but you might have noticed that she was facing the front, so that is a decision made by the coaches, just to, you know, the direction is chosen to best showcase the body position of the athletes.
Before we announce the scores from the toss event, let's explain the tumbling event. This event has 6 heats. The first 3 are synchronized group tumbling passes, a duo, trio, and quad tumbling pass. The last 3 are individual tumbling passes. The start value of each heat is determined by the difficulty and combination of skills in each pass. Officials will be looking for synchronization in the first 3 heats, as well as the continuity of skills and acceleration of the pass, proper body positions during skills, and the body position and control of the landing.
Toss scores are in. Heat 1 for Trine University, 7.80. Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 9.025. In the duo toss, Trine with an 8.30. Mary Hardin-Baylor with an 8.60. In Heat 3, Trine with a 6.20. Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 9.550. Event totaling, Trine for a 22.30 and Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 27.175. Our running totals for the meet, Trine 98.875 and Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 121.55.
First up, in the tumbling duo round, from Trine, start value of 6.75, number 14, Kara Boyer, and number 32, Allison Buckenmeyer.
Good timing there on that round off back handspring back tuck. We've mentioned on the landings, and important to note throughout this tumbling event, for any non-twisting skill, the athletes are expected to stick that landing. So the judges are looking for no movement on that landing. So we did see a couple steps and a couple hops from those 2 athletes, so that will be deducted off. But overall, good start to the tumbling round for them.
Absolutely, a relatively younger duo pass as well. It's a freshman, was Kara, out of Parma, Michigan. And Allison Buckenmeyer, sophomore out of Delta, Ohio. So as they progress throughout the next couple of years, I'm sure we can expect some improvement.
Yeah.
Next up will be Mary Hardin-Baylor with a start value of 9.55 in their duo tumbling. Will be number 9, Jenna Hall, she's a junior. Number 37, Jackie McGuire, also a junior.
Nice duo pass from our Crusaders. We did see that slight off timing happen coming out of that 1.5 step out, but she was able to recover and sync back up that full in that landing. So nicely done. Saw some good body positions in that 1.5 step out, maybe slightly piking down on that landing.
If I remember correctly, I would assume today there was a little bit more continuity out of that 1.5.
Yep.
And number 37, Jackie McGuire, she didn't miss her season last year due to an injury. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but really, really great to see her back on the mat and also improving each round of play. For Trine University, they'll be up next in the trio tumbling round with a start value of 7.25. You'll see number 3, Lily Boyd from Martinsville, Indiana, sophomore. Number 16, Liv Hartup, a junior from Huntington, Indiana. And number 4, Lexi Mission, sophomore from Casco, Michigan.
Nice trio pass from our from our Cougars. Timing individually throughout, but everyone found their feet. Maybe some steps and hops on that landing, so not quite stuck. But number 3, Lily Boyd, she's a sophomore competing in her first season due to an ACL injury last year. So her coming out onto the mat and being able to compete in the D3 tournament for a tumbling round, I'm sure she's very proud of herself for that.
Absolutely. For Mary Hardin-Baylor, in their trio tumbling round, start value of an 8.75. We'll see number 5, Maya Manaka, she's a senior. Number 35, Riley Gray, freshman. And number 14, Lucia Duran, a junior.
In terms of these higher start values for Mary Hardin-Baylor, D3 teams, they have limited practice times in that preseason. So it's very impressive to see those higher start values in tumbling rounds, especially coming out on this dead mat, transitioning. So always impressive, always fun to see teams be able to throw out those higher, more difficult skills. Pretty good timing during that trio pass. Super nitpicky, but maybe that back athlete got a little bit off timing in the air during that 1.5. But good body positions from them all. Declared step forward, which would not be a deduction for a twisting skill. Nicely done.
As you may notice, with the combination of juniors, freshmen, seniors, your year does not matter. The coach really wants to see who's going to put the skill out there the best and execute the highest score possible.
Yes.
Next up in our quad pass from Trine University, we'll see number 5, Juliana Porco, number 8, Mia Guarini, number 9, Lauren Alexander, number 26, Emma Wilkie.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
That's the timing Trine has been looking for during these synchronized tumbling passes. Number 9, Lauren Alexander, Coach Sutherland. She is a standout athlete for her. She is a junior, competes in 11 heats, compulsory 6-element acro, heat 2 pyramid, toss heats 2 and 3, quad tumbling pass, and we'll see her again in the 6-element tumbling as well as team event.
Something new and exciting from Mary Hardin-Baylor. They did not compete this. This is a new quad pass. Really smart move from head coach Rafaela Escoto.
Yes.
She wanted to see how this quad pass would score in a panel of 5 judges. As I mentioned earlier, they are qualified for the national tournament right now, so absolutely smart coaching move.
For sure.
She said keep an eye out for Katie Breckler. She's going to be number 2. She's never passed before. Really exciting for number 2, Katie Breckler. She's a senior out of El Paso, Texas. And the second reminder, this start value is 8.35.
And a fun celebration from number 2. Now, for those who might not know, so this was a new quad tumbling pass for them today, and they didn't get a chance to practice it, so you will, between yesterday and today, just during those warm-ups today. So very impressive that those 4 athletes were able to go out there and compete that new tumbling pass for the Crusaders. Slight timing during the pass, but I saw a lot of good body positions.
Trine University will be first to take the mat in the individual tumbling rounds, starting with the aerial pass with a start value of 7.50. We're going to see number 16, Liv Hartup. She's a junior out of Huntington, Indiana.
We mentioned number 9, Lauren Alexander, and number 16, Liv Hartup. Speaking with Coach Sutherland before the competition, she noted them. 2 juniors, very strong for the team as they are utility players for Trine University. Good start to our solo tumbling pass. Something I noted just during the landing, after that layout position, she did land with her chest down slightly and took that step. so not necessarily stuck that landing. So the judges will note both the chest down and that slight step. But overall, good start for them.
Really impressive. Not too much acceleration into that
Yes.
pass.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about it yesterday, but in terms of acceleration and just explosion within our sport, tumbling round specifically, these student athletes compete on a dead surface, dead mat. So there's no springs underneath them. So during preseason, the weight room, strength and conditioning is very important for our sport. And so as you notice and kind of see that transition from the weight room onto tumbling on a dead mat, that explosion really comes from focusing on those certain muscle groups.
Mary Hardin-Baylor will be up next, starting off their individual aerial tumbling pass with a 9.55, number 35, Riley Gray. She's a freshman out of Arlington, Texas.
Very nice start to the solo passes for Mary Hardin-Baylor too. That front tuck step out might have been a little low, so I'm impressed that she was able to generate some power out of that and really finish strong with that 1.5.
I am too. Really solid recovery.
Yes.
Sometimes when that happens, as a coach, as an official, as a commentator, you don't really know what the athlete will do, but really impressive and strong finish.
Yes, especially for a freshman.
Yeah, solid point.
Yeah.
Teammates were happy about that one too.
Great celebration there at the end.
We'll see Trine University take the mat in the tumbling 6-element open pass with a start value of an 8.60. We'll be seeing number 26, Emma Wilkie, base and tumbler, sophomore out of Mandeville, Louisiana.
Nice pass from number 26, Emma Wilkie. Talk about acceleration out of step-out passes. We call that continuity in our sport. So out of her front handspring step-out, maybe just a slight hesitation to get into that round off. But again, we talked about being able to finish the skill, maybe not with the acceleration and the power you were hoping for. So she still found her feet, laying a chest down just a tad bit, but overall, good pass for her.
For those of you newer to tumbling, specifically for a front tuck step out, you really want to see majority of that weight on that front leg as they come out of that front tuck. For Mary Hardin-Baylor will be up next in the 6-element pass with the start value of 9.55. We're going to see number 9, Jenna Hall, junior out of Houston, Texas. Former NCATA Division III Event Finals champion in 2024, number 9, Jenna Hall. Start value of 9.55.
Very nice pass from Jenna Hall. Saw the slightest hesitation out of that 1.5 step out. But as you may have noticed, when she landed that full, she was able to land straight up and down, very minimal chest, being low to the ground. So very impressive for her.
We'll see Trine University close out their tumbling round in the open pass with a start value of 8.75. We talked about her a lot. Number 8, Mia Garini, a senior out of North Riverside, Illinois.
Solid 1.5 from our senior. Saw that acceleration and the height in that 1.5. I know her coach, herself, and her teammates are happy with that. The nice crowd surf to celebrate.
Really proud of Mia as well. Sometimes you can see her walking off that floor a little bit slowly, probably dealing with some sort of aggravation, maybe even minor injury, so really proud of her pushing through. As a senior, it's gotta feel a little scary to know that your season at some point is going to come to an end. Hardin-Baylor will close out their tumbling open pass with a start value of 9.55. We'll see number 37, Jackie McGuire, again. Junior out of Flower Mound, Texas.
Very nice run off Arabian through to a 1.5. Nice height in that Arabian, good continuity out of it. Clean landing on that 1.5. Teammates are happy with it.
In that Arabian, you really want to see almost a pause at the top, and I thought she had that.
Yes, yep.
Arms extended coming out of it too, very beautiful. So that does conclude the tumbling event. Next we will see the final event of the meet, the team event. Team event encompasses everything you just watched in the first 5 events. There are up to 24 athletes on the floor at one time performing skills in acro, toss, pyramid, tumbling, in a routine set to music. Team event has specific skill requirements from each above category, and the start value is based on the difficulty of skill selected to fulfill requirements. Execution deductions are the same in this event as in the previous events. Larger deductions are applied if an athlete falls or does not complete a skill. This is a very fast-paced event, so keep your eyes on the mat.
So as we wait for tumbling round scores, Mel mentioned the two of us are head coaches, but Mel, you have been in the sport for 8+ years now. So tell us a little bit about the growth you've seen in the sport since then.
Well, it's really exciting.
Yes.
One, I competed first season 2013, and the skills have definitely changed. As with most sports, when they progress over a period of time, they usually just get more difficult. So we were doing compulsory pyramid that looked very different, almost more of like a cheer style
Yeah.
stunt.
Yep.
But it's been really great to see. When I was competing, there was only 8 schools nationally.
Yep.
And now there's 56
Yeah.
schools that are sponsoring varsity programs. So just really exciting.
Absolutely.
Only positive things to say about, my involvement with the sport as well. So
Absolutely. Scores for our tumbling heat. In heat 1 for Trine with a 5.625. Mary Hardin-Baylor with an 8.35. In heat 2, duo tumbling, Trine with a 6.225. Mary Hardin-Baylor with an 8.125. Trio tumbling heat, Trine with a 7.475. Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 7.175. The quad tumbling heat, Trine with a 6.875, Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 9.125. In heat 5, Mary Hardin-Baylor, or Trine with a 7.925, Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 9.075. In heat 6, Trine with an 8.525, and Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 9.20. Event totals, Trine with a 42.65, Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 51.05.
here comes Trine University in their team event. Final event of the meet. Start value is going to be a 92.43. Pyramid event will be a strong portion for this team.
Great team event from our Cougars. Lots to note during that team event, especially comparing it to yesterday.
Absolutely.
Saw beautiful layout tosses. Both those tuck tosses and those layout tosses at the end of the team event were all sunk. Great synchronization, great timing.
Something to note, number 3, Lily Boyd, struggled in that acro heat with her extended high hand-in-hand, press down to pike hold. She did hit that in team event, so really proud of her.
Yeah.
I know they've been really working on that to make sure that hit, so that was really fun to see. Sophie and I kind of looked at each other and
had our own celebration.
Yeah. Really thought Trine went out with a bang there.
Yes. Saw one acro fall and maybe a bulk in tumbling. But overall, to me, that looked like a better team event today than yesterday. And that, as we mentioned at the beginning of the competition, it is difficult to come back for day 2. So always exciting to see improvement.
UMHB will be up next in their team event. They do have a higher start value, a 100.97. You can max out in team event with a 110. And UMHB is maxed out in their pyramid portion of the team event. When I also spoke to Riley Chimwala, assistant coach for UMHB, this is her first Division III tournament. She joined the staff in June of 2024. Fresh out of Baylor University.
Yeah.
She said she's excited to be on the other side of the mat. Really cool for the sport, she thought. So both head coach Rafael Escoto and Riley Chimwala come from the Baylor University program.
Yes. As Mel mentioned, the coaching staff was really looking for energy today, and they have kept it high throughout the entire competition. Even before they take the mat in this team event, they're still dancing, having fun, distracting themselves, motivating each other. Love to see it.
UMHB will have the max 24 athletes allowed in their team event. Just for reference, Trine did have 19.
Yep.
A quick reminder for today's schedule. Second meet has been moved to 1 o'clock p.m. 15 minutes later, it was set to start at 12:45. It's going to be the semifinal second match. Between number 2, Texas Lutheran University, and number 3, Concordia, Wisconsin. Four o'clock p.m. will be the 5th place tri-mate, including the 3 highest scoring losing teams from day 1. So that'll be that 5th place consolation rate. Here come the Crusaders, again with the start value of 100.97.
Nice team event from our Crusaders. Good things to note. I thought I saw a lot of good timing in our tumbling, both standing and running tumbling. Strong acros, maybe like one step in that first acro sequence, but other than that, strong, nicely done.
Really impressive cartwheel fulls. There was a group of 4 athletes. They did cartwheel full, paused, and then did it again.
Yes, yeah. We did see one pyramid fall. If you notice, there were spotters around, though, so maybe that was a pyramid that they have struggled on previously. But as Mel mentioned, in any falls we've seen throughout this entire meet, the student athletes are doing a very nice job keeping their teammates safe during the fall, so everyone was able to finish their routine strong after that.
I thought too, tosses looked really solid.
Yes.
Number 9 Jenna Hall's back double, I thought it was really
Huge.
beautifully
Yes.
for a team event.
Yes.
To kind of close that out at the end.
Yes.
Really nice height.
Very impressive.
Also for our viewers out there, there was an athlete who competed the toss in the beginning. She had that concussion cap on. She walked and she did a tumbling pass. She took that off, handed it to her coach on the sidelines. And we just want you to know that is allowed. You can do that. Yeah. So if you saw it, that is why. But I thought at the end it was just a really fun dance.
Yeah. Energy was high. They all had smiles on their face and just having fun. Really what it's all about at the end of the day.
another reminder about the schedule. We talked about that 4 p.m. 5th place consolation meet. Tomorrow is 10 a.m. championship meet, and 6 p.m. will be the individual event finals. We didn't talk too much about this yesterday, but in addition to qualifying for the Division III tournament as a team, you can also qualify in a event final. So very similar to track, how you can win maybe the 100 or the 200.
Yeah.
Also very similar for acro, where you can win in 5 element, 6 element, a
Yes.
toss round, maybe a tumbling round. In addition to the individual event finals tomorrow, the all-tournament first team, second team, and academic team will be announced and recognized following event finals.
Team event scores are in for Trine. In their team event, they scored a 65.74, and Mary Hardin-Baylor scored an 84.770. Bringing our total meet score, Trine with a 207.265 and Mary Hardin-Baylor with a 257.370.
Congrats to UMHB on their Day 2 win against Trine University. They're going to move their name across that bracket to the championship meet tomorrow at 10 a.m. They will be competing for a 3rd day in a row.
Yes.